What's up, everyone? Today we are doing something absolutely insane. We are going on an epic virtual tour of Belgium. I'm going to show you 15 of the most incredible destinations. Most people think of waffles chocolate, but it's so much more than that. I literally traveled across the entire country from ancient cities that look like they're straight out of a movie to landscapes that will make your jaw drop. This isn't just a travel video. This is a challenge to see everything Belgium has to offer. All right, first stop Brussels. This isn't just the capital of Belgium, it's literally the capital of Europe. The moment you step into the Grand Place, it's just, wow! The gold on these buildings is insane. It's absolutely massive, and every single building is a work of art. We had to check out the Atomium. You can actually go inside and travel up the tubes to the different spheres. The view from the top is crazy. We walked through streets filled with comic book murals, which was super cool. We found little shops selling the most incredible chocolate you'll ever taste. And the waffles. You can get them with anything on top: fruit, cream, chocolate. We also explored the Royal Palace, which is gigantic, and wandered through the beautiful park surrounding it. You'll see a 1,000-year-old building right next to a modern glass skyscraper. You can feel the history in the cobblestone streets. Brussels is an absolute must-see, and we're just getting started. Okay, if Brussels was epic, Bruges is straight out of a fairy tale. They call it the Venice of the North. It lives up to the hype. The second we arrived, I felt like I'd time-traveled back to the Middle Ages. The Belfry of Bruges, massive bell tower. We climbed it, 366 steps. View from the top, totally worth it. Couples walking hand in hand by the Lake of Love. A shop that sells only hot chocolate. Giant cup of chocolate chips, you stir it yourself. Fries, frites, double fried to perfection. Live a fairy tale for a day. Come to Bruges. Next up, we're in Ghent. And let me tell you, this city is Belgium's best-kept secret. It has all the medieval charm of Bruges, but it's also a vibrant living city packed with students. We went inside and explored the whole thing. They have a torture museum inside, which was both horrifying and fascinating. Standing on top of the castle walls, looking out over the city of Ghent, you feel like a king. We stood on St. Michael's Bridge, and from that one spot, you can see the three main towers of Ghent. At night, the city comes alive. Historic buildings lit up, canals reflecting the lights. Because it's a big university town, the streets are filled with young people. Quirky bars, amazing street art, vegetarian restaurants. We've seen history. We've seen fairy tales. Now it's time for some style. Welcome to Antwerp, the fashion capital of Belgium and the diamond capital of the world. The moment you step out of the train station, which honestly looks more like a cathedral, every shop window is glittering with diamonds. The sheer amount of wealth is hard to comprehend. Antwerp is famous for fashion, home of the Antwerp Six. We walked the Meier, lined with gorgeous, ornate buildings, now home to big fashion brands. Of course, the Cathedral of Our Lady. This cathedral is massive. Inside are 4 Rubens masterpieces. Seeing them in the church they were made for gives you chills. Antwerp is full of contrasts. Gritty port city vibes, high fashion, priceless art. Okay guys, our next stop is Leuven, and this place is all about youthful energy. The heart of the city is the Oude Markt, or Old Market Square. They call it the longest bar in the world. In the evening, this place is absolutely buzzing. Thousands of students and locals gather here. The university library is one of the most stunning buildings I have ever seen. Climbing the bell tower of the library gives you an absolutely insane 360-degree view of Leuven. And you can't talk about Leuven without talking about beer. This is the home of Stella Artois. We took a tour of the brewery, and it was massive. And of course, the tour ended with a tasting. You can be admiring the town hall, which is one of the most ornate, detailed Gothic buildings on the planet. And right next to it, you'll see students rushing to class on their bikes. Whoa, okay. We've just arrived in Dinant, and this place looks like it was painted. And perched on top of the cliff, looming over the entire town, is this massive fortress, the Citadel. You can either take a cable car, which gives you insane views on the way up, or you can climb the 408 steps carved into the rock. We, of course, chose the steps. Standing at the top, looking down at the river, the town, and the iconic onion-domed church, you feel like you're on top of the world. This is the birthplace of Adolphe Sax, the inventor of the saxophone. There are giant, brightly colored saxophone sculptures all over the place. We rented a small electric boat and just cruised up and down the river, taking in the views from the water. This is one of those places that will be burned into my memory forever. All right, our next destination is Mechelen, a city that's quietly awesome. The absolute star of the show in Mechelen is St. Rumbold's Tower. This thing is a monster. We decided to climb it, all 538 steps. The view from the top of St. Rumbold's is one of the best in Belgium. On a clear day, you can actually see the Atomium in Brussels and the cathedral in Antwerp. The Grote Markt, the main square at the foot of the tower, is beautiful. We walked along the Dial Path, a floating wooden walkway on the river that winds through the city. It was the site of a transit camp during World War II, and today the Kazerne-Dawson Museum stands as a powerful and moving memorial. Mechelen is a city with layers, beautiful, fun, but also depth. It's a truly underrated gem. Get ready to party because we are in Liège. One of the most famous landmarks here is the Montagne de Bueren, a massive staircase with 374 steps. We, of course, had to climb it. It's a serious leg burner, but the reward is a spectacular view over the city and the Meuse River. We visited the Grand Curtius Museum, which is this huge complex that houses collections of archaeology, decorative arts, weapons. You have to try a Liège waffle. It's made with a denser, richer dough that has sugar pearls mixed in, which caramelize when it's cooked. We also tried boulets à la liégeoise, which are giant meatballs in a sweet and sour sauce made with pear and apple syrup. And then there's the Sunday market, Labat. This is one of the oldest and largest markets in Europe, stretching for miles along the river. You can find everything here: food, clothes, antiques, pets, you name it. Liège might not be as polished as some other Belgian cities, but it's got a character and a spirit that are completely captivating. Our next stop brings us to the beautiful city of Namur, the capital of the Wallonia region. But all eyes are drawn upwards to the immense citadel of Namur, a massive fortress that sprawls across a hill. We took a guided tour through the underground tunnels, the terrains. It was like stepping into a secret world. Viewpoint after viewpoint, each offering a stunning new perspective on the city and the two rivers below. Down in the city itself, Namur has a charming and sophisticated old town. All right, we're heading to Mons, a city that might fly under the radar for many, but it has a huge heart and a rich cultural story. One of the most famous things here is a small statue of a monkey. Legend says that if you rub its head with your left hand, it will bring you good luck. Just a short walk from the Grand Place is the Belfry of Mons, the only Baroque-style belfry in the whole country. We visited the BAM, the Beaux-Arts Mons, a fantastic modern art museum that hosts world-class exhibitions. But the most famous event in Mons is the Doudou, a wild local festival that involves a procession and a mock battle between St. George and a dragon. We're changing tones a bit for this next destination. We are in Ypres, a city with one of the most powerful and somber histories in all of Europe. This massive memorial arch is inscribed with the names of over 54,000 Commonwealth soldiers who died in the battles around Ypres. Every single night, at 8 p.m., buglers from the local fire brigade have closed the road and played the last post. We visited Tynecott Cemetery, the largest Commonwealth war cemetery in the world. We also visited some of the preserved trenches at Sanctuary Wood, where you can get a small, terrifying glimpse of what life was like for the soldiers. After the emotional weight of Ypres, we needed to decompress. And what better place than the town that gave its name to every spa in the world? The main attraction is the modern thermal spa, the Thermes de Spa. You get there by a super modern funicular. We spent an entire afternoon there, and it was pure bliss. Huge indoor pools, outdoor pools with sweeping views. Inside the thermes, saunas, steam rooms, relaxation areas. We tried everything. The area around Spa is also famous for the Spa-Francorchamps racetrack. Okay, we've seen enough cities for a minute. It's time to get out into nature. Welcome to the Ardennes, Belgium's vast, rugged wilderness. Our first mission, hiking. Thousands of kilometers of marked trails, ancient forests, incredible viewpoints. After a couple of hours of hiking, we reached a clearing with a panoramic view over the Orthe River Valley. It was absolutely breathtaking. We rented kayaks and spent a few hours paddling down the river, navigating gentle rapids, just floating through the stunning scenery. We visited the castle of Bouillon, perched on a rocky ridge above the Semois River. Exploring its ancient halls felt like stepping into Game of Thrones. After all that hiking in the forest, it's time to hit the beach. We've made it to Ostend, the queen of the Belgian seaside resorts. The promenade that runs alongside the beach is perfect for a long walk or a bike ride. It's a major fishing port, and you can see the fishing boats coming and going. We saw fishermen's wives selling gray shrimp, a local delicacy. The Belgian painter James Ensor lived and worked here. We visited the Ensor House Museum, which was his actual home and studio. One of the most unique things to see is the Mercator, a massive three-masted ship that is permanently docked in the marina. For our final destination, we're going way back in time. We're in Tournai, one of the oldest cities in Belgium. The undisputed masterpiece is Notre Dame de Tournai. The nave is heavy, dark Romanesque. The choir is soaring, light-filled Gothic. Tournai's belfry, the oldest belfry in Belgium, from the 12th century. We walked across the Pont des Trous, the 13th century Bridge of Holes, a prime example of medieval military architecture. Tournai is a living museum, a final, powerful reminder of what makes Belgium amazing. And that's a wrap. 15 incredible Belgian destinations, each one with its own unique story and unbelievable sights. From the golden splendor of Brussels' Grand Place to the ancient stones of Tournai, we've seen it all. We climbed countless towers, sailed down Fairytale canals, explored massive castles, and ate more waffles and fries than I thought was humanly possible. Belgium is so much more than I ever imagined. So what are you waiting for? I want to know which of these 15 destinations was your favorite. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for coming along on this insane adventure with me. If you had fun, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell.